two electrons to have a balanced cell. So when free radicals come in, it basically knocks off the electron, then you have a free radical. Too many of those lead to different diseases. So what the antioxidants are in the science term is it's like a molecule with a whole bunch of electrons that donate to balance these free radicals, right? So in English, basically, it's been said that, again, by Dr. Richard Calder, the amount of antioxidants that you maintain in your body is directly proportional to how long you will live, right? So the two main areas where people get antioxidants from today is from what? Fruits and vegetables, right? So again, but what's the issue, do you think, nowadays with eating fruits and vegetables and these kind of antioxidants? What's the concern?
The spray and
the pesticide, the spray, yeah, exactly, right? So that's number one. But also, it's the amount that you're getting in fruits and vegetables today is a lot lower than what it was years ago. Because the pollution is impacting the fruit, the GMO is being modified, even the soil that's not as nutrient as it was in the past, right? So a lot of people don't get enough antioxidants from these sources. So the other option of getting antioxidants come from, supplements and vitamins, right? But again, any guesses on what's the issue with vitamins nowadays or pills that you take? Any guesses? So, is it natural, first of all?
It's just replacement.
Yeah, right. And so what happens though is there's a lot of issues. For example, it may contain BHT and BHA, right? So, you ever notice that some of the vitamins have this really shiny coating on them, right? Do you know why that shiny coating is for, actually? Any ideas? Well, one, it swallows easier, right? But it's actually to help preserve the shelf life of the vitamin. So it's actually not good for us but for the vitamin company it's good, but for us it's not, because we can't really digest these things, right? So a lot of studies in North America show that the pills and the vitamins that you take, about 50% of it you can't even properly digest, right? So in other words, the reactions are very slow. It also has to go through your intestine. So you can't take too much vitamins because then you're overworking your intestine. That creates actually more stress and free radicals, right? So, but in short, it's a very slow reaction. You don't really absorb it too quickly, okay? And so there's a lot of other things. For example, to have a multivitamin, they have to combine these vitamins together, right? Well, to combine together, they have what's called these waxing agents. Again, not good for your body, right? So it's still better than some fruits and vegetables, but it's not the best source in my opinion, right? So a lot of people are trying to go more natural now. And so what our company is focusing on is based on lignin science, lignins, right? And it's not a really popular term, lignins, but again, it actually, you already eat so many lignins today already. It just depends on what you're eating. So for example, who knows flax seeds are good for you? Flax seeds? Who's currently taking flax seeds? So we all know it's good for you, no one's taking it. Great, yeah. So flax seeds are very good for you. Who knows green tea is good for you? Okay. Who drinks green tea? Okay, there we go, all right. Oats, yeah, okay. So again, the reason why these things are good for you is because they contain lignins. Yeah, that's a key word, right? So, but what our scientists found out is that if the lignin that you get comes from this specific tree that we got it from, then it also has two other benefits. It also has the antimicrobial for bacteria and viruses and microbes. It's also anti-inflammatory, right? Anyone here ever have inflammation? The truth is we all do. We all do, right? In some shape and size and form, right? So yeah, we all have inflammation. So again, I love the fact that when you get the lignin from the tree, it's like a 3-in-1. You know when you buy coffee, those coffee mixes, like 3-in-1? Same kind of concept, but with antimicrobial, inflammatory, and yeah, so it's really cool. And so the question was, well, how do we even find this? So what happened was, northern Norway, the Norwegian spruce tree grows very tall. Like, you'd probably be built this tall in this picture. So they go 4 or 5 stories tall, these trees, right? And what happened was the scientists, they're based from Finland, they're like 5 generations of scientists. they noticed that when the tree branch falls off and hits the ground, the tree branch never dies. So they looked into, well, why is that? And they found out that of all the trees out there, this Norwegian spruce tree is actually, number one, a disease-free tree. So some trees can get sick and die. This one doesn't. And it's also a self-healing tree. So the broken branch on the floor, and they looked at the actual broken end, it actually started to heal itself. So it's a very unique tree. So overall, it's a pretty simple concept, because if I have an apple that comes from the tree, right? How long can the apple live usually before it decomposes?
1 day.
It goes bad, but about 2-3 months, it's going to be completely almost gone, right? So, but the tree, how long can a tree live?
1,000 years.
Don't cheat, don't cheat. Yeah, thousands of years. So if we can find a way to harness the power and the science behind the tree and make it available for our bodies to consume, obviously there's something good that's going to happen for us too,
Where
right?
do we find these trees?
Pardon me?
Where do we find these trees?
In Norway. Yeah, Norway, yeah. Actually, this tree here is actually in Canada as well too. It's called the spruce tree. But the Norwegian spruce tree, for some reason, in the northern side of Norway, it has more lignins inside compared to Canada. So we just found the Norwegian spruce tree that had the most amount of lignins inside was in northern Norway. So northern Norway and southern Norway, different. Something about the atmosphere and the air, and the northern Norway trees are the most strongest ones out there. So, and again, there's many different types of lignins out there. Okay, fruits, vegetables, drinks, oil seeds have them as well too. However, ours comes from the Norwegian spruce tree, and the science term is called. Who can say this word to me? Have some fun here.
Please try to figure it out.
Yeah, 7-hydroxymytyrosol. Okay, you can just say 7-HMR. It's a lot easier. All right. So basically, the bottle, and again, you all told me you're taking it, but on the bottle, if you look into the bottle, there's actually only 2 ingredients in here, right? One is the 7-HMR, right? So unlike vitamins, you can't take too much of it, right? This one here, we did a test for toxicity, and there's 0.0% toxicity. So if you take more, I take it twice per day usually, sometimes 4 or 5 times. When I'm getting sick, I start pumping it more. So the way you take it is every bottle has about 600 drops. And so every 10 kilograms of weight, you take 2 drops. Okay, so if I'm 90 kilograms, I should be taking about 18 drops. So what I do is, every day, I just open it up, you squeeze the head, it goes about halfway full, and I take that morning and night. But at least, yeah, so I do it double. And I guess my theory is the free radicals, 24 hours a day, you're getting free radicals, right? So take it in the morning, then by night, you don't take it. So I just take it twice per day. And I feel great. So, really cool product here. And so many studies from Finland, 30-year studies. And if you want to see these studies, I can send them all to you, by the way. Show that people that eat lignin-rich diet experience 30% less chance of having cancer. That's a high number. It's not like 3%, it's 30% chance. And this is based on just regular lignins, not even this lignin, on regular lignins, right? So, and same with heart disease, cholesterol, prostate health. I mean, the benefits are endless, right? So if you actually go on the Fountain of Life official Facebook page and you read, just spend like half an hour and read the stories. It's incredible what this product has done. And these are just customers who are taking the product, right? So, yeah. And so, but for me, being a software engineer, I like to dig and learn and analyze, and I'm kind of skeptical in that sense, right? So I want to know, exactly how much am I getting? Because when you buy those health products, they always tell you, oh, we have the most antioxidants. I always ask the person, well, how can you show me how much? How much am I getting? And so what I love about this is that these vegetables, fruits, and beverages, you can actually tell how much lignins are inside. It's just basic science, right? And so, we all know that red wine is good for you. Well, it's, don't drink too much of it, but it does have the benefits, right? Again, red wine, per 100 ml of red wine, you have, that symbol is microgram. So there's kilogram, 1,000 times smaller is gram, 1,000 times smaller is milligram, 1,000 times smaller is microgram. Okay, so you have about 80 micrograms. Right? Now in the fruits, what's the highest here, guys? In fruits, apricot. So strawberry and apricots are very good for you, about 450. Okay. In the vegetables, the highest one here is broccoli and kale. Now you guys only have kale so much in Singapore, I think. We have kale, yeah? So it's very good for you. The question is, do you eat it raw? So once you cook it, what happens? You kill all the bad stuff and the good stuff, right? So it becomes fiber that help you, in the morning wash, right, whatever. So, but again, the highest one is broccoli and kale. So, but the highest one in nature that scientists know of, so keep in mind 2000, right? 2000, okay, is the flaxseed. The flaxseed has how much? 300,000. So that is 150 times more, right? So the flaxseed, you should start taking it. Well, actually you don't have to because you have this, right? But it's very high. So 300,000 micrograms of lignans. So the question is, well, how does this compare to Fountain of Life then, right? So if I convert microgram to milligram, you divide by 1,000, right? So 300,000 micrograms becomes 300 milligrams. So basically 100 ml content of flaxseed, you're getting 300 milligrams of lignans, which are the antioxidants, right? The same 100 ml of Fountain of Life, you have how much? 7,200. So it's basically 24 times more lignin concentration. Does that make sense? You're getting more lignans for the same amount of consumption. So if this is 24 times more stronger than the flaxseed, and the flaxseed is 150 times more power, that's like a lot more times, right? So it's no wonder why people are having such great results with the Fountain of Life, right? So, so in short, every bottle has about 600 drops. Again, take it by weight. Every 10 kilograms, take 2 drops. But I just do it double per day, like morning and night for myself personally. But if you were to take 10 drops, here's a comparison. Taking 10 drops is the same as if you just had 1,800 cups of apples of lignans, right? Or 50 cups of green tea, or 40 cups of kiwi. So it's just impossible to eat that many apples, right? So I love how it's simple. Every day, you just take your drop, and then you really are helping your body, basically. So, am I going too fast? No. Is my English okay? So much English, like Chinese? Just want to make sure. So, so this is the world's most powerful plant antioxidant, and again, it's gluten-free, it's cruelty-free and vegan. It's a plant, it's a tree, right? It's GMO-free, there's no modification, and it's made in Canada. So we are a Canadian company for 13 years now. The company's called Opulence Global, 13 years. The first 10 years we focused on fashion. So my timepiece, my gold ring, my tungsten ring with gold, my shoes that I'm wearing, the belt that I'm wearing, the fashion. Look at Emergy. Emergy, just kind of wave your hand around. Yeah, all that bling bling stuff. Okay, that was the first. We still have the fashion. About 2 years ago, we launched our anti-aging skincare line that I use religiously every day. So, anyone here want to guess how young I am? So anyways, I'm 38 years old. I have 2 boys, 9 and 7. But when I wear like my sporting clothes, they think I'm like 22 sometimes. Like whatever. So anyways, well, I love the skincare line because it really keeps the wrinkles away. And yeah, I love it. But this product just launched February of this year, and it's just been going rapid around the world. So yeah, and of course Singapore is really starting to, because the first 10 customers got it, got results, they're sharing it, it's really starting to spread at a really rapid rate. So I've been talking non-stop. Yeah, so it's good though. So but in short though, again, the cool thing is that like other companies have tried to get the tree and make these pills or tablets, right? They don't quite get it because if you're consuming this stuff, but you don't have the right way to digest it, like your body cannot naturally digest a tree, right? So when we got the Health Canada approval, we had to explain to Health Canada how can humans eat trees. That was the tough part for Health Canada, right? And so the cool thing though, of course, is that I said there's two ingredients, right, in this. One is the 7-HMR, which is the lignans. The other one is called trimethylene glycol. That is the technology that allows our body to actually digest and break down this lignin. Makes sense? So it's the only company in the world that has this technology. 22 patents. Again, like for one bottle, you have antioxidant, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and it's 100% exclusive only through Auckland School. So we have worldwide exclusive rights to this product. You can only buy it through, of course, Auckland School. So, and of course, it comes down to a lot of it is just stories, right? Let's see how it's performed. And so, one of the other crazy benefits when it comes to Fountain of Light is it helps you to. Oh, can someone actually hit the lights at the front, maybe? I think Tim's great at lighting because he's an engineer. He does lighting. Wow, it's the first shot. So, give Tim a round of applause. Just playing this. So, but that's actually me, by the way. This strutting, handsome-looking thing. I'm kidding. So, but my hair was actually thinning. Yeah. So, because when men have too much testosterone, when you convert the testosterone, it creates an enzyme called DHT, which then shrinks the hair follicles. So when the hair follicle shrinks, with enough time, it starts to fall out, right? So what FOL does is when your body converts the tree lignin into a human lignin called the mammalian lignin, it helps you to balance your hormones. So it stops the creation of so much DHT. Does that make sense? So you know those hair products like Rogaine? What they're trying to do is through the scalp, is you're trying to absorb their product to then remove the DHT. But the problem is that you always have this enzyme, DHT, right? So they're trying to solve your hair loss from outside in, but we're helping you from inside out. That's what I'm saying. So, and believe me, like if you have nice hair, you're lucky. But people like me, like we care about our hair. So when my hair grew back, I was so happy, like I'm a new man, see that. So anyways, that's and not just me, but many people, before had more open patches, started to fill in as well too. And of course, same thing, much more open, now more of a filling in his hair. And about 6 weeks to 2 months, you'll see this difference. There's actually a lady in Singapore, again, who started to thin out and hair go back. So again, for men and for women as well too. Now again, if your hair follicle is dead, meaning it's long gone, we can't get one back. You can maybe move one, like the hair transplants, right? But as long as you have the hair follicle still there, it'll start to grow. So what happened here is a lot of it was gone, but even what was left, new hairs start to grow as well too. Okay. For her, the white hair just became more black as well too. So, and again, just think about as you having the world's most potent antioxidant in your body to really help every part of you run faster. She actually was sitting beside me on the plane about 2 years ago, going to Texas. And turns out that she was actually going to participate on The Bachelor. You know the show The Bachelor?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's actually, I didn't know, she couldn't tell me what show it was, but I found out afterwards it was The Bachelor. And she was telling me, because we had chit-chat, she's saying to me that what happened was, every day on The Bachelor, they bleach her hair and they dye her hair. And it's in 40 degrees weather, right? So her hair got really damaged. So she wanted to find something to improve the quality of the hair. So hair usually grows every month about ½ an inch. And after taking it for about 3 weeks, her hair actually grew more than an inch in just 3 weeks. And the we have a video I can show you, but in short, she's absolutely loving the product. The quality of her hair got better. She's saying that her eyelashes grew a bit longer and her nails grew really fast. So what does happen is this product really helps you to circulate the blood flow. Your metabolism gets improved. So when your blood's kind of flowing better, that's why the hair, the nails grow faster as well too, right? So, and the cool thing is if you talk to the other people in the room that have been taking the product, I've been hearing so many amazing stories just from yesterday to today as well too. So talk to other people around you as well. So again, when it comes to body pain, this is incredible. So any kind of body pain, arthritis, gout. I mean, today we had a gentleman this morning who came to me, and his ankle, he had a gout. His ankle was inflamed, and we actually took photos of it. And what we did was we actually made him drink FOL. Well, we didn't make him, offered him a free taste, and so he took it. And then what happened was we also, this was his ankle. I can't really see from far away, but his ankle was really, really inflamed, right? We put it on. Half an hour later, it really brought down the swelling, right? And he even said that the pain was gone. So, that's the beauty of this process. Okay, can you imagine if this is helping inflammation on the outside? Can you imagine what it's doing for your body on the inside to remove that inflammation in your blood vessels and everywhere, right? So it's just so powerful. And so for Katrina, she had a really red knee. An hour later, after drinking it and rubbing it on her knee, it was already gone, the redness. By the next day, so from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., redness is gone. The next morning, 4:30, she's like, there's no more pain. Right? So, myself personally, I went snowboarding many years ago, and I fell on the ice, and my arm basically hit the ice really hard, and my arm kind of went in really hard, like the jam. And the pain, when you fall, if it's not a big problem, you get up really quickly, right? This pain, I was in the snow, like facing the snow, I knew something was wrong with my shoulder, right? So anyways, went home, pain didn't go away. I ended up doing 10 sessions of acupuncture. It was so deep inside. It got kind of better, but the issue is once you stop the acupuncture, and one day I was with my kids, lift up Leon, the weight, and then boom, it triggered the inflammation again, right? Then, it started hurting again. Now when I'm showering my head, the arm hurts. I couldn't lift my arm like this before. And so, a year and a half, I was just struggling with this inflammation stuff, right? So after I got the product, for literally about my first week and a half, 2 weeks of taking it every day, morning and night, 95% of my pain was gone. I just couldn't imagine, couldn't believe it, right? So if you have anyone that has gouts, arthritis, body pains, inflammation, share this with them as well too, right? So, so for people that are diabetic, in the Caribbean, they measured diabetes differently. The sugar level from 259 went down to 210 right after a few weeks. This person here had been on FOL for 13 days, insulin dependent diabetic. From 12 to 15, after 2 weeks, it became 8. Right? So again, everyone's different in terms of the results and how soon, but the key is our company specifically says, we have a 90-day satisfaction guarantee because we know that your cells regenerate, right? So 90 days is the good time to take it for. But again, for me, this is a product I'll be taking for the rest of my life because it's so affordable and it keeps you healthy and protects your body. So it's simple, We actually travel with this in my wife's purse. I have it in my car at all time because any kind of cuts, wounds, mosquito bites, it's amazing for so many things too. So, and for diabetes people, usually they're waking up at night because they're peeing all the time. And even my dad told me that after taking FOL, he doesn't have to wake up to pee. He's sleeping throughout the night now too. So it's just like an amazing product. And Claudine here had blood pressure. So in short, prior to FOL, it was 135. The highest was 195. After taking medication, it was never under 125. But after adding FOL, it became 115 over 60. So it's an amazing product. Colleen here, she's partially blind. Her eyes is 12.25. After taking it for 1 month and went back to the optometrist, they found out that the eyes went from 12.25, it got better, from 12 to 11. Right? So again, antioxidants are just good for your whole entire body, like head to toe. Right? So Neil here was actually colorblind, red and blue. So he can't see red and blue so well. After taking it, he's 31 years old. He took it, I don't know how long, but August 1st, doesn't really say how long. But anyways, so he's been colorblind for computer screen 17 years. But in short, now he's just partially red. So the blue came back. That's crazy. Like all of a sudden you can see blue again, right? So, but that's how powerful this product is. Callie here is my friend in Toronto, and she actually had lumps on her breast. Okay, and what happened was after taking FOL, she went back to do a biopsy, and all the lumps were gone. So here's the scientific reason why. They found out that the size of the lignans, okay, the chemical structure is the same size roughly as the female hormone, which is estrogen. So, think of your cells as, your cells communicate with each other, right? So the cell, cancer spreads, right? So cells have receptors that can signal messages to your other cells. If your receptors have too much estrogen plugging in, then essentially the breast cancer starts to spread, essentially. So because this has the same size as the female hormone, it actually helps you plug the receptors. In other words, you're not allowing the cancer cell to communicate, to send out messages to other cells. So, they had amazing just research, and I can send you like 8 pages of medical published studies with how this product in cancer has a lot of. We're not making any claims here. I'm not saying it cures cancer, or we really can't say that, but it's really helpful. Yeah. Okay. So I'm being recorded, so I have to be careful with what I say. So, otherwise, I give you all the juicy stuff. No, I'm just kidding, right? So very, very helpful for that too. And for Sanaz, she had a thyroid issue as well too. And it didn't allow her to really do much, but for her, she lost about 50 pounds or so now. Right? For myself, back in March of this year, I was a bit more chubbier on the cheeks, and when I saw the Singapore team again, was it back in June? Yeah, or even July, yeah. They were like, dang, Rene, you got skinny. Yeah, so it's like I didn't eat less, I didn't work out more. I think it's because just the metabolism is optimized. It sort of burn fat more. I also find that I don't have the cravings. Those late night cravings sometimes that you want to eat like chips or chicken wings. So somehow it just fixes your cravings for a lot of those kind of foods too. Yeah, so I lost about 13 pounds. So I used to have more like fat on the stomach. And I thought I'd be fatter by now because in Taiwan, where I'm living right now, every day is like eating and like drinking. Yeah, so I love this product. Yeah, it's crazy. Who has athlete's foot? Okay, no one really don't have to tell me if you have athlete's foot. Yeah, just make sure you're wearing shoes. Okay. But because the bottle is not just antioxidant, it's not just anti-inflammatory, it's also anti. Yeah. I love your excitement. Yeah. Okay. And yeah. So what you see here is on athlete's foot, 2 drops a day after. So the antimicrobial is killing the bacteria. The antioxidant is killing the foot, right? This person here basically stepped on broken glass, got an infection, and that's kind of nasty, right? So basically, 3 drops each day for 4 days, and that's the result. So it's really good for the skin. In fact, this product was heavily used with skin cancer people as well too, right? So yeah, 8 more people. Here you see someone that was kind of using FOL. So they use FOL on the left foot and they're using lotion on the right foot. You can see here the cracking is from the Aveeno lotion, right? So it's a great foot for the body as well too. Again, had a foot blister. Like that stuff here, if you don't clear it now, it gets worse and worse. So it really, again, just amazing what it does for the foot as well too. And sunburn. So when you sunburn, usually you have peeling of the skin, and you have, like, it's really painful when you touch it, right? So Emily here put it on for 3 days, and it's like that. No peeling, no pain. I went golfing last Thursday, and I don't like to wear those, those sleeves. I feel it's like girly, so my friends were all wearing those sleeves, right? I was like, I don't need that. And anyways, my skin was like red, it got burnt. And so I went home, put like 5 drops, rubbed it in. It's really hot, it felt really hot. But after 2 days, it literally healed the skin. Yeah, so it's amazing what it does for the skin, for sure. And you know when you have migraines, who gets migraines? You're all so lucky. So in short, when I get migraines, it's like an 8-hour pain. So I have like botch vision. So when I get a migraine, I'm looking at your face. I don't see your face. Like this missing vision is weird, right? And the pain is like excruciating 8 hours of pain. So long story short, I was playing badminton in Taipei with like 38-degree whatever, and there's no AC. And I was like 3 hours straight. So my head felt like a microwave. Like you know how I feel like your head just feels hot?
Yeah.
Like it's like baking in your face, and the AC is not helping. Anyway, I went to bed. The next morning, I woke up with a migraine. And I was like, oh, not again, right? So I got FOL, drank it right away. Again, under the tongue, 5 seconds under the tongue, and within 3 hours, I was back to normal again. So, 8 hours of pain down to 3 hours. That's a big difference. It's just, if you ever get a migraine, which you never will, but I'm saying, it's not fun at all. Yeah. Anyway, so Carmel had a daily. Some people just have daily migraines, and so now she doesn't anymore. One thing you will find is, how many of you guys dream often? Can you remember the last time you had a dream? And are you tired often? Right? So what happens is, most people that take the product, after a few weeks or a few days, you start to sleep really well. So your sleeping patterns is waking up, every hour waking up. You have a deep sleep. So for me, I dream every day. Like, it's kind of cool, right? But you really feel rested, yeah. So if you are feeling tired all the time, it's because your blood's not circulating really well. Like you're having an issue with that, right? So again, this is really gonna help you with sleeping. I've heard people snoring less. So if you snore or your spouse snores, shove it down their nose. I don't know. Right? Don't do that. Don't put it in their nose. You're supposed to do that, right? So, but I did have allergies one time. I just kept sneezing. And I was like, I don't mind testing on myself, right? So I put the drop on my finger and it stuck up my nose, right? And it burns. It burns, but it actually helped with the inflammation in my nose, right? So it's really cool. And also the food poisoning, right? So in Toronto, about earlier in April, I went to a Japanese restaurant and we ordered way too much food. So I doggy bagged a whole bag full of like sashimi, okay, in a box. So, but I left the box in my trunk in my garage overnight in -4 degrees weather. So the next day, I don't know what I was thinking. I was hungry. I grabbed the sashimi and I ate it all. So you realize when sashimi sits out, the bacteria manifests like hundreds of times, right? So my wife came down hiding. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just finishing the sashimi." She's like, "Are you crazy?" It's like 24 hours later, right? So I was like, "Oh, I can feel something, food poisoning, right?" So food poisoning, what happens? Usually you're like vomiting, you're reverse, releasing stuff, right? Your stomach pains, right? So I grabbed FOL. I put this to a test so many times, yeah. And I pumped 3 pumps, because all that bacteria in your stomach, right? And so I woke up the next day at 1 p.m., but I had no vomiting, no diarrhea, no stomach pain. It was like, wow. Yeah. So again, it's just it's something that you always want to carry with you. You know, mosquito bites, the bump is the inflammation. Put it on, it comes down a lot, right? So, my son, Rex, 9 years old, he had eczema. And so, you know, we always try putting on the creams on top, but you're not really solving the problem, right? You know how they say, right, your baggy eyes, the skin issues, is because it's a sign of your what? Your liver, right? Your immune system, right? If it's weak, it shows on your face, right? So, so for Rex, I just thought, you know, because in Canada, we legally cannot test on children or on pregnant women, right? Obviously, right? But so on the flyer it says not for kids and for pregnant women. But for me as a dad, I know what it is. It's just antioxidants and lignans. So for my oldest son, Rex, I give him 9 drops per day. My youngest son, 7. So after 3 weeks, I didn't even notice this, but we used to put on lotion for eczema. But for 3 weeks later, I realized that I stopped putting on the lotion. And when I looked at his hand, it all cleared up. He had bad because of here, back of the knee, from the belly areas. The ears were always cut. You know, the ears here. And so I asked Hai, I was like, baby, do you realize we haven't put lotion on Rex? He's like, what happened? So it's FOL, right? Because the immune system gets boosted, right? The free radical, the antioxidants. So it's just an amazing product.
Yeah, one word.
So, you know, the last part comes down to the pricing, right? And personally, I think so the price you'll see here is the introductory price that was released for the first year. The price you see here will become US dollars soon because the Canadian pricing, our dollar is so we can't really run a business on Canadian dollars. So we're shifting over to US dollars. So if you want to get bottles cheaper, stock up now. Okay, so I told you so, right? Okay, so yeah, get it now. So the pricing wise, just to give you a comparison, most of the other health products I've seen in the market usually cost you monthly at least $100 and above. Usually $150, $200, $300 depending, right? My last company I bought products from was called USANA. I had the health pack was $170, but then they say, oh, but buy the calcium, buy the ginkgo, buy this, buy that, you end up paying a lot more, right? So, but this product here, the retail price, so Canadian dollars and Singapore dollars is roughly on par, or 1 to 1. So every bottle is basically $58 plus shipping. But $58, you know, like that's unbelievable for what this product does, right? So now the shipping wise, you buy 1 to 12 bottles, your shipping is a fixed rate. It's actually by weight, up to about 5 pounds, it's $55. So, but when you buy 12 bottles, you get 1 free, right? But that means that the free one that costs $58 just covered the price of your shipping. It's like free shipping, right? So I love it. So I always buy it in 12s because you get 1 free, right? Make sense? Okay. So, however, we have a thing called Smart Buy. So Smart Buy means you just order it every month. So you set up your Smart Buy in your website, and it automatically charges your credit card and sends you the bottles. You can choose 1 bottle, 2 bottles, 3 bottles, up to you. Make sense? Okay. When you do the Smart Buy and you have at least 3 other people, so total like 4 to 8 people doing the Smart Buy, your shipping is then how much? Yeah, it's even cheaper shipping, right? Okay. So that's one way to save money, but it's already cheap, right? But if you decide to do the Smart Buy for 3 months straight, on month 4, you get how much discount? 10%. So as a customer, $58 then becomes, who can do math here? 52.60, something like that? I don't know. It's cheaper, right? So again, there's benefits to going on the Smart Buy. And you know, for me, I love the fact that again, this is a retail pricing.
20 cents.
How much?
52.20 cents.
52.20 cents. Yeah, I knew it was like 20 cents in the end. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. Yeah. And believe like no, I haven't actually met Rochelle before yesterday, but I didn't realize she's been taking it since February, and she's telling me all the stories of what's happened for her. Yeah. So, but maybe we'll have you share a bit after, yeah, from your stories.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But what bottle 58 include shipping? I don't think so.
Oh no, this is not including shipping.
Excluding, right?
Yeah, this is excluding. Yeah. So, but again, I'm speaking to you guys here today because, I think if you have a product like Fountain of Life and you don't share it with people, it's